Welcome back. Before the break, we looked at and named the most important endocrine glands in your body that produce hormones. And we saw where in the body these glands could be found. Each of the glands produces hormones that plays a vital role in some aspect of your metabolism. Some of the hormones are involved, or some of the glands produce hormones that are involved with growth, with food metabolism, with reproductive metabolism and development. The one gland, however, that is sometimes called the master gland, even though that is a descriptive term only and not what you should label it on a diagram, but the one gland that controls a lot of the other glands is the pituitary gland. So if you were to try and locate this pituitary gland, if you were to draw a line from your eye, and there's your ear, the hole inside your ear, between the line of the ear and your eye, right in the center of your head, is the pituitary gland. And it's very interesting in that you see that it's connected directly to the hypothalamus, which is a part of your brain. And it's interesting if you look at it under a microscope to see how the cells of the brain tissue of the hypothalamus give rise to and join in and merge with the endocrine gland cells of the pituitary gland. And so this pituitary gland is directly connected to the brain. And you remember that your brain controls so many, or all, most, except for some reflex actions, your brain controls all the other actions, reactions, and functioning of your body. And therefore it makes sense that the gland that is found most closely associated with the brain, the pituitary gland, is the master gland, the gland that controls most of the other glands. What does that pituitary gland actually control? First of all, it controls not only the production of breasts, but also the production of milk in the breasts. The pituitary gland sends information and hormones to the uterus to control the production of follicles, that follicle stimulating hormone. It controls the uterine contractions. It sends messages to the ovary, right, to stimulate development of the follicles. If you were a male, it stimulates the testes to produce testosterone. Remember, we said that down here in your throat, around your larynx, you have your thyroid gland. The pituitary gland stimulates the production of thyroid hormone, and thyroid hormone helps you to grow. Thyroid hormone controls your metabolism. An overactive thyroid, and you have rather rapid metabolism. An underactive thyroid is going to produce a person with a slower metabolism. The pituitary gland also affects your adrenal glands, which sit on top of your kidneys and produce the hormone adrenaline. And you know that adrenaline is that hormone that makes you feel nervous, tense, scared, or excited about something. Either you want to run away or you want to have a fight with somebody. That's the feelings in you that is produced by the hormone adrenaline. The pituitary gland also stimulates the kidney, and it controls the reuptake of water from the kidney. So it will focus on controlling the concentration of urine. Sometimes your body needs to absorb or reabsorb some of the water from your urine if your body doesn't have sufficient water in it. And so that, whether the urine is more concentrated or less concentrated, is controlled by the pituitary. And finally, the production of bone for growth, that is controlled by the pituitary. So just like your brain controls so many different functions in your body, Directly connected to the brain is the pituitary, and the pituitary gland controls so many other functions within the body. We can look at some of these other hormones that the pituitary gland produces. We said with milk production, the hormone is prolactin. Contraction of the uterus, the hormone is oxytocin. You're already familiar with luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. We said that the thyroid gland here in your throat is stimulated, thyroid stimulating hormone. The adrenal gland that produces adrenaline, adrenocorticotropic hormone, antidiuretic hormone that controls the water balance in the kidney, and this all-important growth hormone that controls how big your bones or how long your bones will grow, so how tall or how short you are. And you can see then that this idea of a master gland that controls everything else is a very real description of the pituitary gland. Now, we haven't had a lot of time to discuss the functioning of other glands. We're going to look at some of those other glands in lessons still to come. I've enjoyed spending time with you today. I'll see you again next week.